Welcome to the D-Minus Diaries, Episode 32, Territories, Tribes, and Belonging, D-Minus Diaries, by Jim Jones. A few weeks ago, I traveled to Quebec City in Canada. I am just a simple country boy, and it was obvious I was a foreigner. I do not speak French, I do not read French, and I was more than a little unsure about driving their roads. No matter where I went, the question was the same: where are you from? This week I drove to Texas. As I crossed the state line from Arkansas, I took a breath and thought, home. If this decade has taught us anything, it is that Americans are on the move. When I moved back to Tennessee from taking a civil service job in another state, I went to a local business and needed to add my wife to a document. The woman behind the counter told me my wife had to be there and sign it herself. I asked her if she grew up here. She said yes. I asked where she went to school. Then I asked if she had a certain teacher. She looked surprised and said yes, she had. I told her we used to go to the same church. She paused, smiled, and said, "Oh, you are from here. I'll add your wife's name. Don't worry about it." That is when I was reminded that there are people from here, and then there are people from here. These days, Tennessee is filling up with people from all over the country. It is hard to explain how long it takes to become from here. Ask people where they are from, and many of them hesitate. I've been here 15 years. My kids graduated here. I guess I'm a Tennessean now. They are not just answering a question, they are negotiating identity in real time. To be fair, I do not think there is one correct answer. Tennessee and Texas have been tied together for generations. Many of the settlers who helped to build Texas came from Tennessee. Davy Crockett left here. Sam Houston served as governor of Tennessee before becoming president of Texas and later governor of Texas. To this day, he remains the only man elected governor of two different states. According to my birth certificate, I am from El Paso, Texas. That is where I entered the world. If paperwork settled the matter, the article would be over and we could all go home. The problem is that life is rarely that simple. Sociologists often describe America as either a salad bowl or a melting pot. In a salad bowl, the ingredients share the same space but remain separate. The lettuce stays lettuce, the tomato stays tomato, the onion stays onion. They may occupy the same bowl, but they never truly become one thing. That sounds a lot like modern America. Too often, people see themselves first as members of a race, a political party, a religion, a profession, a region, or a grievance group. They live beside one another, but they do not belong to one another. They sort themselves into tribes and then act surprised when the country feels fractured. The melting pot is different. When metals are melted together, the original elements do not disappear. Copper remains copper, tin remains tin. Yet together they become bronze, something stronger than either could become alone. The original ingredients are still there, but their strongest bond is now to one another. That is the part modern America keeps forgetting. A healthy nation does not require people to erase their history, their family stories, or their regional accents. It does require them to give their highest civic loyalty to the larger whole. When I was an infant, my aunt and uncle adopted me and brought me to Elizabethton, Tennessee. The man and woman who gave me my DNA are my biological parents. The people who raised me became mom and dad. Nobody has ever successfully argued me out of that position. When somebody asks about my parents, I do not think first about biology. I think about the people who fed me, clothed me, disciplined me, worried about me, and invested their lives in me. Those are my parents. Identity is funny that way. When I was adopted, nobody treated me like a guest in the Jones family. I was not given special privileges because I came from somewhere else. I got the same rules, the same expectations, and the same discipline as my older brother. Dad believed in equal opportunity punishment. If I broke the rules, I found out about it the same way everyone else in the family did. The goal was never for me to live with the Jones family. The goal was for me to become a Jones. Years later, when I became old enough to appreciate the sacrifices my parents had made, I felt something else: responsibility. I wanted them to know they had not wasted their time. I wanted them to know they had made a good investment. I wanted to honor what they had done for me. Adoption taught me that assimilation is more than sharing space with other people. There was a family standard, and it was my job to rise to it. Failure to do so was met with correction, reprimand, or discipline. Belonging means accepting the responsibilities, expectations, and loyalties of the group that accepts you. The same principle applies outside the family. A healthy nation works the same way. If you come here, whether from another country or another state, the invitation is not merely to live beside us. The invitation is to become one of us. Americans proudly wave the same flag on Independence Day, but on many other days they retreat into smaller tribes. Those tribes may be based on race, politics, religion, sexuality, geography, occupation, or 100 other identities. The challenge is not eliminating tribes. The challenge is remembering that some forms of belonging should unite us, while smaller loyalties should never be allowed to break us apart. Politics has only made that worse. Red tribes and blue tribes increasingly speak like rival nations occupying the same territory. Urban people and rural people caricature one another. Natives resent newcomers. Newcomers mock the natives. Everybody demands tolerance for their own group while showing contempt for somebody else's. That is not a recipe for a country. That is a recipe for a cold civil war, and that is why belonging matters. If I had not been adopted, I might have identified as a Texan. With a biological father in the military, I might later have thought of myself as an Army brat, or perhaps identified with wherever I graduated from high school. But I was raised in Tennessee, accepted in Tennessee, and shaped in Tennessee. That is why I think of myself as a Tennessean. Looking back, I think that is what assimilation really is. You can be part of the salad, and everybody notices you are part of something, but the lettuce is still different from the tomato. In the melting pot, people may still carry distinct histories, but they have demonstrated that they belong to the same whole. Birth determines where we begin. Belonging determines where we end up. So maybe the next time someone asks you where you are from, you can just tell them where you belong. As for me, my birth certificate says Texas, and I am proud of that. But more important, if the good Lord lets me live a while longer, and if I get a vote in the matter, my death certificate will say Tennessee. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Jim D-Minus Jones.